So we're over here in Steve's shop, and I picked up a 2008 Kia Sorento, and there's a little bit of a transmission line leak in the front, so we're going to take a piece of old line out, it's rubber, and we're going to put a new line in. We'll show you what we're up against.
So our drip is right here, so we thought we'd be slick and slide the clamps back because it's still, you know, the barb is kind of a long barb, and then we put a worm clamp on. We said, oh, that'll take care of it. And we started it up, and it's still leaking. We tightened it 3 times, and it's still leaking. So we're going to change the hose now. So we're going to take the barb and slide it back, and we're going to take our worm clamps back off. So and then we're going to use a razor and just slice the hose. And we got a new 10mm hose. So let's clamp up here. Try and spin it.
And if you don't have any extra hose like Steve happens to have, you can go to the pot store and the size is right on it.
Yeah, but it's 10mm inside diameter. And I kind of wanted the hose that we have here is 10, but it's not as thick as this one is. And I would have kind of liked to reuse the spring clamps again, but we got worm clamps, so that'll be fine.
It's a little worm clamp it.
Yeah, so.
This thing's like dropping some fluid out of it.
Yeah, so let's slide this clamp back up here, and we're just going to take our razor blade and we're just going to slice the hose. I'm going to take this worm clamp, slide it off, and we're going to slice the hose. Okay, I'm going to take this worm clamp off that we put on that we thought we were going to be slick with, but I guess not.
Sometimes, usually it works.
Sometimes I have I have some thicker worm clamps, right? But it's funny, this thing is leaking through the seam of the hose, so I just think the hose is just bad, you know. So we're gonna just get a new one on. It may just slide off like this, and if it doesn't, we can cut it. Yeah, it's coming off, and it's gonna kind of leak out a little bit. So
you get a bucket under it.
Yeah. And once it drains down, we're just going to take a look and see what the, make sure there's no, you know, issues with our barb. The barb looks, I mean, the line looks great.
Yeah.
You know, and
it's not all rotted and crap like that. It looks all right.
Yeah, it does look good. So, all right, we're going to get this other side off. We get the other one to move. Let's see if we can get this side to move too. This thing
This is a good job to wear some old shoes doing.
Yeah.
You don't want to wear your hey dudes.
Okay. All right, so I think, well, it's coming off. I was gonna say it. Probably gonna slice this one. I mean, it is coming off. Gonna stop whining about it and pull it off.
Steve, you ever see that movie Porky's? Just pull on it.
Oh yeah, deepness about that movie. All right, it's coming off.
Some people are gonna laugh at that.
Yeah. All right.
There you go.
Okay. So what we're thinking is this. See how the hose is kind of getting split right in here?
Yep.
It's just leaking through the seam of the hose. So let's go match this up with our other one. Make sure it fits on. We'll get some clamps on it. Okay, that's gonna fit on.
Okay.
Good. Right there. And then you have to follow the line.
Yep.
We're gonna cut it right around here. So let me go cut that on the bottom.
Right.
So, all right. So we're putting 2 clamps on. I'm going to double clamp it because I've got a really long barb, and I don't have these wide clamps here tonight. So I just got these thin ones, and I'm going to put 2 on there. That's going to make me happy. Okay. All right. All right. So we're going to cut this line right now, so it stops dripping. We've got the same on this. You see how long of a barb that we've got here?
Yeah.
So I can get 2 clamps in there really easy.
Yeah, I think it's huge.
So we're gonna slide the clamps up. I got my tool. We're gonna bend the hose into the comfortable area that we need it, which is right about here. And I'll snip this off.
Steve has his handy dandy hose cutter. He can use a utility knife too.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, it slides right up to the barb, and then I can double clamp this. Okay, so we decided to double clamp it, and we've got 2 here, and so I've got 3 little tiny clamps and one that's a little bigger, so it looks a little different here. So I'm gonna snug this up. We got a new hose in there. We could have cut it to length to match it on the bench, which is fine. Doing it either way. Now I gotta get up here and tighten these 2. Okay. So I got a 6mm clamp and a 1/4 drive clamp. But the real work is that we put 2 clamps on it. So we double clamped it. We're gonna tighten this one up now.
Right.
All right, this one.
Okay, so we have these double clamped on both ends, and we're just gonna dry it up, give it a quick test run, and then that should be it.
No drip.
So get the car running right now. There's pressure going through the line, and it is bone dry. No more dripping. It's losing a lot of fluid out of that
Yeah,
hose.
it was dripping a lot, and it was dripping quick.
Yeah.
So it kind of washed the whole undercarriage of the car.
Yep.
And it's only for this foolish little thing, and I got no fluid on my finger.
That's good. All right. So we're gonna top off the transmission fluid, and that'll wrap this one up.